Back out at our property. Again, this is probably a couple days after I filmed the last video. It's on a Sunday, so we now have some walls on our house. Keep walking up this way a little bit further and keep talking through. Not sure if I said that, but the corn is also off our property, so the farmer that we rent to ended up harvesting that. Looks like the water drained out of here a little bit further. Almost need to create a little ditch from here over into this ditch to let that drain out even more by the looks of it. And there is still a lot of water over here in the house. So you can kind of see it looks like we have a pond. Our basement is definitely flooded, but I'll walk around this way and technically it's not flooded because it's below the footings. You can see the footings here. You can see all the form walls are now in place though. These are going to be a 9-foot tall basement. Probably go through and show you a little bit of what each room is going to be in this house as well now. So lots of pea stone in here. This area is actually going to be the garage though. So 3-car garage, side loaded. Starting to look a little bit bigger. You can see they got a little bit of rebar in here. Looks like they got to add a couple more to be tied in there. This right here will be the front door. See a little bit of that sock tile ran through here. And this will actually be the basement of our house. So we'll have our master bathroom, master bedroom. This will be a 2-story great room. All this will be on the first floor. Then we'll have our kitchen area in here. Sliding door that goes out to the 16 by 16 foot patio. So we'll have a nice back porch out here. And over here in this corner will be a flex room. And then over here in this corner will be a door coming in from the garage here into the mud room and laundry room, and another pantry right here by the kitchen. Hard to kind of visualize it, but you'll be seeing it come together as the plans come together as well. Looks like we still have about the same water level as last time I was here, so it's almost about ready to start going out that gravity drain. Probably need about another inch of water. But again, the basement floors are going to be 4 inches on top of these footings down here. So all this will be plenty above water, and the water will be draining out before it goes ahead and floods anything in this basement just from that gravity drain over there in the corner. Looks like they still have to go ahead, take out that 18-inch crock and add in the 24-inch crock. Not sure when that's going to happen, but I would think they'd probably go ahead and do that before they pour these basement walls. Going to need a little bit more sand dug out of there, and that's going to be more difficult to get the sand out of this basement after these walls are poured. Looks like these are about 4 or 5 inch thick walls. I did talk to the guys last week when I was here, and all of these forms are hand assembled. Each one of these panels is 100 pounds, and they go ahead and manipulate and move all these by hand and put them together. Looks like they kind of just use some dowels, some kind of pins to assemble these all together. But yeah, that's got to be some really hard work. Looks like they probably got another day's work to go ahead and finish the rest of the area here. And then we'll just go around to the back of the house right now. So again, just this area here is all that's left to finish. We have Thanksgiving this week though, so I'm hoping that they're still able to get these poured, but with the holidays, I do understand if they're not able to, and just hope that they do get it done though, because it's just that much more time that it's going to have to cure. And again, here we go, have our 4-inch gravity line coming into the crock that's on the other side of this wall, and the 2-inch sub pump line that will need to be brought in through the wall after these are set up. The guy also said that after they go ahead, pour the concrete, they're probably going to have to add some chloride into the solution to make the setup a little bit faster with how cold it is out here. But after they go ahead and pour that, they will let this set for about a day, and then they will go ahead and pull the forms off right away. So that's it, quick little update. I gotta go pull the SD cards off of all my cameras that have been filming time-lapse in this house because, again, there's been a ton of progress already. I'm gonna go back now and fly the drone real quick. Not gonna probably film too much, but get a little bit of that quick drone video that you know that I like to do. So let's jump into that. Jumping into some of the drone video now, flying from this side down the driveway. You can see that they haven't completely assembled the house like you saw previously in the GoPro video, but they're definitely over halfway. At the time of me actually filming this voiceover now, they're going to start backfilling around this house next week. So it's been about 2 weeks since they poured the foundation, so hopefully everything has set up nicely. Can take a nice look down inside of what will be our future garage. Looks like they just dump all that excess concrete down there. This will be filled with sand anyways, as well as the front porch area, and that back patio will require probably about 8 foot of sand, and then they'll go ahead and pour the concrete slabs on top of that. Also, still have that 18-inch crock in. They did go ahead and install the 24-inch crock after they went ahead and poured the foundation walls, so I'm not really sure what they did with all that dirt, if they actually trucked it over the top of the foundation walls, but that must have been a lot of work if they did go ahead and do that. Also, all the insulation has now been fastened to the outside of the foundation and everything tarred. You can see how wet the property is here, and that garage area and around the outside of the foundation definitely has a lot of water in it. Always go up to this altitude, about 400 feet in altitude, and check where the pond will be. The pond will be over here in the top left corner where all that brush is that we didn't go ahead and mow down. And then this shot is just flying up the future driveway. It's always nice and wet down here in the middle. Looks like there's a little bit of ice on the top of that water. We'll need a culvert underneath that part of the driveway to be able to drive over the top of it. But again, that area needs probably about 4 feet of sand, and then it will need to grade up towards the front of the house as we get closer up here. So it looks like we only probably put the footings down about 2 feet with a 9-foot basement. That means we're going to need about 7 feet of fill sand around the outside of this foundation. All of this sand will be coming from the pond that we're digging. Again, that area though where the pond's going to be, there's at most only about 6 feet of sand though. So once that gets stripped off the top, they are going to dig it deeper. I want it about 25 feet deep. So below that 6 feet of sand is just all clay. All that clay will also be spread around the outside of this house to kind of grade it down nicely. And then they will go ahead and pull the topsoil back on top of that clay so that we're able to grow some nice grass next year. In the area where we're actually building used to be a farm field, so that topsoil should be pretty nice quality and should be able to grow some pretty nice grass. Kind of just going around, panning around the entire house, taking the view in. Again, most of these videos are for my purposes to kind of document the progress happening here. And maybe in a couple years or 20 years down the road from now, I'm able to go back, look at this, and see where certain things are. But I do want to give a huge thanks to our builder, Mark Hammond at Forever Built Homes, and our excavation company, Finney Trucking, out of Sanford. You can find both the links for their companies in the description down below. And if you're in the area, make sure you're going ahead and supporting them. They definitely are really great companies to work with to do any sort of construction work. Again, kind of panning the camera up, taking a look at that location of where that future pond will be. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure you go ahead, leave a thumbs up on this video. And if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Tons more video. Again, we are just at the start of building this house. And as always, leave any questions and comments you have down below as well. And until the next one, I'll see you then. Thanks for watching, and make sure you hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. Also, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next videos I will be posting, and leave your questions, comments, and suggestions below.